underway on a Saturday afternoon, heading into a Saturday evening where the Cowboys fans hope they're celebrating in Townsville. And the Dragons off and running in this one. Hunt with 7 on his back, but dummy half duties. We've had our say, Cooper Cronk, pre-match, Mal Meninga. I'm not sure whether we're on the same page as Coach Griffin at the Dragons. Ball across, Suo, a little bit of footwork there. Straightening up, back to the 20-metre line. McLean and Gachevsky with the tacklers. Now DeBellin up in the front row today. And Dragons on their first set with Molo up and over the 40-metre line. So safely through 5 tackles. With Hunt playing dummy half, there goes one of your kickers. And back it is for Sullivan to drive deep. Of course, we saw Sullivan last week against the Tigers, a couple of tries, and now that he's in the starting side, first choice goal kicker as well.
Gee, it's added pressure, isn't it, for the young fella? We know what a kicking game that Hunt has, and positions himself very well. I'm sure we'll see a lot of kicks out of dummy half. As you mentioned, a double from this young fella last week. Love it when he runs the ball.
21 years of age. So the Cowboys with the ball for the first time of the match. Yes, we just have to get a read on the Roosters form. Sort of, they weren't good, were they? And the Cowboys win, but then we see Penrith last night at the level they're at, what they did to another lacklustre showing from the Roosters. Oh, Drinkwater puts it down. Error. And Jack Bird comes up with it, hopping about for the Dragons. Little opportunity for St George Illawarra.
Just trying to get himself involved in the game early there, Drinkwater. The pass was far too hard out of dummy half from Robson. I think he got a little bit surprised how quickly he was coming onto the ball there.
So 2 minutes into the game, and the Dragons with field position here. A moan on that left edge. Taken in the tackle of Helam, Lukey and Townsend. Now Bird 20 away. Hunt is a first receiver that time. DeBellin. They set it up. Sullivan inside out. Van Sully. Yet to score a try this year, Moses Sully. But we know his tackle busting qualities. 3 tackles, Dragons. What a start this would be. Sullivan linking up with Molo. And Holmes there with Gachevsky. Hunt just having a little look at things. And takes it right up to the line and sends DeBellin over. Well, how good was that? 300-game milestone, try assist inside 3 minutes. Jack DeBellin is the first try scorer.
Yeah, it was good. Here's the mistake here. The pass just a little bit too hard for Drinkwater. But Ben Hunt out of dummy half. Look at him skip out to the first, or the A defender as they call it, and just hits the ball at speed there. Jack DeBellin just gets him interested. Good ball playing. Drinkwater can't make the tackle, and DeBellin lets him know it too. Want to start here, away from their home ground. And the Dragons get the first try.
Well done, St George Illawarra. Well done, Ben Hunt, and DeBellin the try. What a temper celebrations. He was the only try scorer for the Dragons when they last played the Cowboys round 20 last year, but that is some start.
Gee, it's interesting play how Ben Hunt gets himself out of dummy half and he gets Cohen Hess interested. Got him caught flat-footed, but equally good running there from Jack DeBellin into space.
So just 2 goals in the NRL career of Sullivan, and you can make it 3. And St George Illawarra on a start, 6-0 the scoreline, gives us a chance to go down to the sideline. Brett Tate, that was not what the locals were hoping for.
No, absolutely not. And to see the effect that Ben Hunt has coming out of dummy half, ball playing like that, it's just wonderful to see. Great start by the Dragons. The conditions here are actually perfect for footy, Vossi and Blocker. Great conditions, good crowd in. There is a bit of a breeze behind the Dragons' back, but I'll look for them to kick early with a bit of an advantage there, but fast start from the Dragons.
Yeah, first try for the year for DeBellin, and poor old Drinkwater. He's the man who dropped the ball. He's the man who's in the clutches of DeBellin as the Dragons front rower scores. Alrighty, Dragons fans, is this going to be something special today? Laurie bringing it back from the kickoff, and well documented the close losses. In fact, it could be history breaking today if they were to lose by single digits. Townsend did a little backflip there. And a penalty goes the way of St George Illawarra. They are on top.
Yeah, I think it was Peter Hicker who just went on with the tackle there. Bird with a good strong run straight away on Chad Townsend. He'll be aiming up on him here this afternoon. Bumped away from him. The Dragons with a penalty. Get another set here.
Should be in the Cowboys half in the matter of a few tackles as Laurie ready to go again. And now Hunt to DeBellin and then on to Molo. He always looks good, Molo. Doesn't necessarily get a lot of minutes. He's averaged 32 minutes a game this year. Now DeBellin and Amone. They get their revenge on Bird there. Good shot, Hiku. Bird did well not to lose the ball as he got up to play it. Now Amone, he's got the footwork. Linking up with Max Fionney. Finds himself as a starting centre alongside his brother. And now the kick. Amone, here comes the chase. Sloan there. Oh, was he knocked over? Ball ended up with Taulagi. Hunt lodges an appeal. Doesn't appear as if any complaints from Sloan, but that was close.
He got some speed too. Great understanding between those two players. Just the bounce of the ball. I thought he was taken out there by Deed. Anyway, the Cowboys have got the ball back.
Yes, close call. Could have been, well, it would have been 12 scoring that close to the posts. Now Holmes off on a scurry. And Cowboys back to their 30 and now looking to get into their goal. Hootie picked up. That's a good shot.
That's Hunt.
Yeah. Got up under the armpits there. Away for Townsend. Plan B on the kicker. It's Drinkwater with a left footer. One bounce to Sloan. And Ravalawa to bring it back. They need more from Sloan today. There's no question. Just the 8 runs against the Tigers. They need his Anzac Day form, the Dragons. He was so good against the Roosters. Now Sully with it to halfway. And this time Sullivan slotting into dummy half. And now Hunt will resume duties there. Left with Molo. 31 away from the North Queensland line. Can it be a double try start? Sullivan, little jink. Fresh from that try-double last week. Last tackle, Dragons, Amone, a kick. Sully side of the ground. Knocked forward by Sully, I thought. Drinkwater, wow, he always gets his leg pulled off.
10-10.
Quite a tackle from Moses Sully. And the knock-on spotted by referee Butler.
Yeah, he got the first grab on the ball there, just out-jump the opposition. Looks like he's in for a bit of a game. Sully, he started off pretty well. Love it when he runs nice and straight and those hard lines. Very hard to stop.
Well, they are tackle busters, aren't they? That side to have Holmes and Sully. Holmes has had a pretty good season, even when the Cowboys were not performing so well. 40 tackle busts this year, Valentine Holmes. He's ready. He's ready for Origin. Has kicked well, and he's had the chance. And here is Hess with the ball. Late offload. Robson kept alive. Now McLean, beautiful play. Townsend onto the tarmac. Kicks for the corner. Here comes Feltz. Cowboys. Perfection. Brilliantly worked try. Left and right passes. Kick on the end. And Carl Felt has tried 120 of his career.
It's a good hit back after a slow start here from the Cowboys. It's a good bumping run, some offloading skills. He did really well there. The dummy half in Reece Robson. Townsend sums it up pretty quickly. Got a beautiful touch, hasn't he? And Felt right on the ball. Full pace there. That's a great shot. Look at the bounce here for Felt. That might get them going now, the Cowboys.
Everything perfect. The Fox League replay, no matter what angle you look at that, that is a good try. Celebrated by Kyle Felt. He now has 8 tries in 10 games against the Dragons. And what a healthy career tally. Cowboys strike back in quick time.
That's the other boy they're talking about, maybe getting an opportunity in State of Origin in Reece Robson. He didn't try and take too many yards there, just quickly got the ball on the outside there. Then the support was there. Chad Townsend, beautiful touch. Felt scores.
So over to Holmes, yeah, no dramas for me if Robson got a blue jersey. Terrific player, leading tackler in the NRL this year. He's played every minute for the Cowboys this season. Golden point minutes as well in that tally. 411 tackles going into today. Holmes has kicked his last 6 as he lines this one up. He's 3 from 3 from the right touchline this year, and he's a little in advance of that position. His first kick is absolutely arrow straight. Well done, Val Holmes. Commentator's curse can't pull him up. Brent Tate sideline.
Yeah, Bossy, last week the Cowboys intent when they had ball in the hand, running with aggression, and Cohen Hess there just charged into the line and got a nice little offload. That was a big difference in the turnaround in their form last week, and what a deft little touch there from Chad Townsend. And if a man's going to score a try, it's Kyle Felt here at Queensland Country Bank. Can score them.
Can indeed. He knows where the camera is. He's done that beautifully. Kyle Felt right down the barrel, right into your lounge room there. Celebrating the try. 10 now behind the great one, Matty Bowen. And Hess to bring it back. Oh boy! Ben Hunt. I don't think Cohen cares much for the milestone. Cotter, Townsend, Hiku, Felt on his outside. And only just making the tackle was Amon. Watch this again.
Well, we talked a little bit earlier about the Cowboys running with a little bit more intent the last couple of weeks, and there's a perfect example of it from Huss.
Robson, 15, make it 18-metre carry. There's your warning shot. Dragons defence, you've got to be up to the task to watch the number 9 of the Cowboys. Townsend to Dearden. They're full of running now across to Holmes. Got past Ravalawa. Caught by Sully. Haven't they taken it up through the gears here, North Queensland? Dearden, floating bomb. Sloan not going to get close to it. Quite acrobatic from Hess. Scooped up for Dearden. Felt might have a double. Kicks back in field. Now they're back for it. Bird almost put it into the pocket of his shorts.
Well, what's he doing back there?
I think MT was there.
Having a little bit of a rest. Great football there. Good to watch here. Competing for the football in the air, and Felt with the kick back in field. The chase was on. Bird right there on the spot. Gathered it in one-handed too.
Well, it's pretty good on the replay. The work of Bird. He's flat out. He's on the deck. He gets up and covers. He's got a dragon there. He was an angel to save them. Jack Bird. Sloan playing the clock on the line dropout. But if it was a slow or sluggish stuff from the Cowboys, they are like a drag racer now doing the quarter mile. They've got it at top speed in the last few minutes. This is a big set. Cotter and McLean with the ball, 30 away from the Dragons line. Robson again. Drinkwater, Dearden, Holmes, again Ravalawa misses him. Holmes kept them alive. Taulagi did well to pull it in from the left buttock. It was going out the back door, if you know what I mean. The Cowboys 15 metres away from the line. Cotter. Hunt throwing himself in the defence. This is what Cooper Cronk spoke about. Ben Hunt might end up making 50 tackles today. Dearden, Drinkwater, double pump. They got it wrong there, Gachevsky. Not with the ball, last tackle. Dearden, 10 metres out, gets the kick in a little late. Nicely snaffled by Sloan. The Dragons hang on.
You've got to really try and mount the sort of pressure. They've had a lot of ball the last few minutes. The Cowboys really needed to get one more set there. Sloan right on the spot. Gee, it was a good take from him too. It nearly bounced away from him.
Ravalawa. Second game on this Super Saturday, round 11. Exclusive coverage, and tonight the Raiders and the Eels. What a great comeback it's been from Ricky's Raiders after they were hammered by the Panthers at home. That is a distant memory now. Sewer to play it. Recovery set from St George Illawarra. Sullivan kicks more high, although mind you, it's pretty long. It's long and high. Felt fields at 10 metres out from the line. He did it easy, Sullivan, with a kick. That's a pretty good set from St George Illawarra after absorbing some serious pressure. So Maku playing that one. Drinkwater pushing along to Taulagi. Back in the origin frame this year. Lost his footing in the play. The ball, and this goes penalty the way of the Cowboys.
Yeah, I like the involvement here
Unacceptable to play the ball.
from Val Holmes so far early in this game. He's trying to get his hands on the football. He's already beat Sully a couple of times with his footwork. Looks like he's in for a big one here. Chad Townsend trying to sneak a few metres.
Well, I'm happy the referee pulls it back. You know, I wonder if they'll do it in all instances, particularly the penalty centre of halfway. Have you ever seen anyone in the last 20 years kick it from the line? Townsend across here to Hillam Lukey, 5th game for the year. Promising back rower. And driven in the tackle of Matthew Fionney. This is Townsend. Now Drinkwater on for Holmes. Here goes the battle again. Sully just able to hang on with Sullivan in the tackle. 2 into the set. Drinkwater takes them down the short side. Taulagi there with it. Oh, that took all of the strength of Sloan to get him over the sideline. That was close.
Yeah, some sort of scramble there. Again, they just keep coming down the right-hand defence here of the Dragons. Sloan shows great strength. We know how strong the opposition man is. But look at Sully with his back to the attack there. He summed it up pretty quickly. Drinkwater out of dummy half, always dangerous. And the message will go out to Sully. Stop turning your back on the play the ball.
Well, it will not be going without notice by the Cowboys. When all parts work, they're an exciting side, the Cowboys. You see Drinkwater jumping about. You see Robson getting them out of dummy half. When Dearden wants to run, get them back to their 20-22 form. Nolo on this run. Over the 30. 6-all scoreline. It's a good start to the contest. Hunts. And now is Sullivan. And absolutely obliterated in the tackle of McLean and Cotter. Dragons try a little short side play of their own. Sewer. And Holmes is there. Make it 3 defenders in the end. McLean added his weight to the shot. Hunt will kick from a narrow channel down the right. Drinkwater's underneath it and with it, just a metre in advance of the goal line. So back he comes. Dummy not fallen for by the Dragons chasers. 2 tries to Scott Drinkwater last time they played the Dragons. That was round 20 last year. In fact, he scored in both games against them last season.
Wasn't a great chase there from the Dragons. It might have sapped a bit of energy out of them with the amount of defence they've had to do early in this game. Drinkwater, you can't afford to give him that sort of space.
16 and a half gone. Gachevsky on that run. Sullivan, good tackle. Robson, another run. Dearden with it in support. Dragons, oh boy, that made me knock down the Dragons. Now Sloan.
Loose carry, he's looking offload.
Okay, loose carry the call. But Dragons mark a defence. There's an alarm going off blocker.
Well, they're going at Sully any number of times, aren't they? A little bit of footwork, the quicker men. A little bit unfortunate, Dearden couldn't get the ball away there.
Good call, referee Butler. Loose carry on the attempted offload. Moses Sully looks a little worried, and maybe he's got reason to be. Dragons fans are a little worried at a pattern which has developed very early in the contest. Because Dearden will run all day. I mean, that's the feature of his play. And Holmes will run all day.
And what they'll do, they get their little men in and dummy half. Once they make a half a break, poke their nose through and go straight at Sully.
And then Drinkwater, of course, chiming in with a sleight of hand. So that's a full-blooded assault. Ooh, floating pass. Look forward from Hunt. DeBellin to halfway. Cop one across the cheek. Allowed to continue. Now Laurie on with Sullivan. And Jaden Sewer caught there. Cowboys defenders working hard. 4 tackles into the set. Game is settled down now. The contest. Sloan, good footwork. Sullivan support. The young guard of the Dragons on show in that play. Hunt with it. Last tackle across through to Bellin. Kept going very flat. Bird's kick still dangerous. Phelps. Well, Dragons get a result at the finish.
Yeah, Felt had to play at the ball there. Good play there by Bird. know what a powerful runner he is and a tackle breaker, but this time a little grubber kicking him behind. Felt had to turn and chase and play at the ball there.
That was very sneaky from Phil, because he was pulling the hands away, then somehow he just got the right boot to take it over, touch in goal.
Here's a big chance now for the Dragons. They've been under the pump for the bulk of this first half, and it's 6-all. Get a try here.
Short drop out. Drinkwater has the distance. Contest. Cowboys ball. Lukey with it. Yeah, play on. Helam Lukey. He checked. He passes to Felt. Felt was stepping. Molo chasing back. Turned inside out. Felt still going. What an unusual play. Checking to see if the whistle had gone not once, but twice.
You've got to play to the whistle here.
Oh, could be sin bin. Hang on a second. Yes, it is. Ben Hunt argues the case. Sullivan's off to the sin bin. He's saying, I'm innocent. I was being held. I was tangled.
Yeah, he's saying he's been held. He said he had his hands up there, tangled in the tackle.
Well, that was from the short dropout. Lukey will stop, check, and now go. And then what followed? Now, will he have a case? We have had one. We haven't had a captain's challenge this year. Was it not Spencer Lenu was called back from the sin bin? And they challenged a decision. Cowboys not going for goal. Dragons down to 12. We'll analyse that one in the halftime show. But for the moment, let's stick with the action. Big opportunity, North Queensland. Townsend dumping it back for Cotter. Now Robson for Townsend. Runners to pick from. Lukey, beautiful offload. Dearden with the ball. Dearden tries to bulldog his way over. 4 defenders for the Dragons just hanging on. But I don't know whether they can hang on for the whole set. Long ball back. Drinkwater, Sully running up. Drinkwater's beaten him. Drinkwater with speed. Swerve. Pass. Beautiful. Kuchevsky goes over. The mane blowing in the breeze. Scott Drinkwater has given Moses Sully a bath there. The Cowboys have another try.
We can see when they lift the tempo, can't you? The Cowboys get all excited. A man down now, the Dragons. And it's Scott Drinkwater. He beats Sully again with speed. Gets himself involved in the game. Gojeski gets the try. They're just unlucky they didn't score on the other side of the field there. Lukey's had a good couple of minutes. But here it is. Look at the footwork from this bloke. Sully gets beaten. Off he goes. He takes off. Gojeski goes with him. And he won't get an easier one than that. Took him a while, but the Cowboys are in again.
There you go. Tries back-to-back weeks for Jack Kuchevsky. But his first try as a Cowboy last week against the Roosters. The dangerous Drinkwater. And Kuchevsky scores the 4-pointer. I'm none the wiser on the closer replay. Sullivan was underneath Felt.
Pretty hard for him to roll away.
Well, that's right. I don't see where he could have, but perhaps the other man could have gone to the sin bin. Could have been Sloan. As Holmes gets another one. 12-6 scoreline. You be the judge at home again. So he's entitled to release there, is he not? He does. And he's caught underneath, and well, that's an absolute mess, isn't it? Like, that's late night twister, this.
I reckon it's a tough call. I think Felt was yelling out to the referee that they won't let him off, won't get off him. Someone had to go, I suppose. It was long.
Felt is holding the leg of Sloan, and the two of them are over the top of Sullivan, who has nowhere to go.
He can't get away.
Would be my defence.
Yeah.
Anyway, 12-6. They're going to have to endure a bit of potential pain with only 12. And now Robson on to McLean with that run. As Couchman gets ready to come on for St George Illawarra. This is Lukey. He's made a very good start to the game. They have got some back rowers in Townsville. Nene is suspended, of course, at the moment. Robson on yet another run. Don't you love it? He's in a good running mood at the moment, Dearden. Gachevsky a juggle. Fend away from Laurie. And then a lovely scything tackle from de Belin. Last tackle, Cowboys. Townsend is the bomber here. It's a kick Fionnay's way. Felt getting through. He's lost the ball straight into the breadbasket of Hiku. I mean, it landed in his lap. The Cowboys 10 metres away from the line. Dangerous minutes for the Dragons. Amone catches Townsend. Feltz, Robson. Dragons would love a Cowboys error. It's not happening at the moment. Holmes, Taulagi, spins, loses the ball. Well, boy, did they need that.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a tackle over the top by Sewer. It forced the ball free. Taulagi looks like he was going to score.
I believe he loses it short of the line. Just
Yes, just to determine, did he lose it short or in goal? Short of the line. Or if it's in goal, they can go to the 20-metre line, the Dragons.
Cleared everything up.
Gee, they
until this
needed
point.
something special there to hang on, didn't they, the Dragons defensively? Here comes Sewer. Watch this. Hits the arm, ball goes free.
Short of the line too, so they won't get that 20-metre move upfield. Oh boy!
Michaela Ravalawa is just making a tackle.
He's punched
It's a
the
loose
ball
carry
in.
by Murray Taulagi and a knock on in the field of play. We have a decision.
The bunker says no, just making a tackle. In the bunker, Matt Nguyen.
Gee, that was a big play in the context of the game too. They've been able to score there.
I know the Cowboys got their first try on the right, but what about the pressure the Dragons' right on the Cowboys' left? What about the pressure the Dragons' right is under right at this moment? I mean, we're only 23 minutes into the contest, and they've had probably a dozen raids at them so far.
Yeah, they've done well to hang on to the ball, haven't they? They've really put all sorts of pressure on the North Queensland Cowboys. Still only 12-6. The scoreboard could have really started to tick over, but a little bit of desperation here defensively from Saints.
Dragons hoping to soak up as many minutes as they can with Sullivan in the sin bin. We'll look forward to hearing the comments of Cooper and Mal at half-time on that call. Controversial weekend for sin binnings. Now Couchman with the ball for St George Illawarra. And back as far as the 40-metre line. Still just under 6 in the bin for Sullivan. Hunts for Laurie. Now de Belin on for Sloan. Has got them. Bit of space. Surly bounced away from Taulagi. Surly out wide. Ravalawa taken over the sideline by Did.
A courageous little fella. We were talking about Hunt a little bit earlier, playing his 300th game, but what about the 5'8" there? Tom Dearden, always in the play. Gets himself across there after a tackle bust here from Sully. Look at this for a cover tackle on a big man. One-on-one.
Very good. They're big thighs of Michaela Ravalawa. They're not stick-ons. They're real muscles on those legs there, Blocker.
Not painted on.
No. You'd pay a fair price for a leg of ham at Christmas, that big. Cowboys with the ball on their 20. He's good for a try, isn't he? Ravalawa today. He's got 5 tries in 4 games against the Cowboys.
Is he on 48 tries or something?
Yeah. Another one of the fantastic Fijian wingers. Cowboys with the ball, and it is Robson. Always has that look up. He's a master of his craft. Good run back. Oh, Holmes, he winced at the finish there. He's okay. To halfway, there's Robson, there's a run again. How good is he going? On to McLean. Supporters there. What a pass to Townsend. Hunt tried to strip the ball away. Last tackle, dummy from Cotter. You'll want to get rid of it. He has. Robson does the same. Drinkwater with the ball. On there for Lukey. Lukey sizes it up. Lukey gets over. The Cowboys have a 3rd try. With a bit to unpack in all of that.
Well, hasn't he?
But I know it started with Robson.
Hasn't he? Had a first half. Lukey, the young fella, look at the size of him. He's had plenty of tackle busts early in this game so far in the first half, but it's Robson. A little bit slow off the line there, the Saints. McLean does well too to get the ball away. Townsend looked like he was having the ball stripped there by Hunt. And they nearly made a meal of it here. Watch this from a standing start from this young fella. Standing start, boom. Left foot step. Beats a couple of feeble attempts at tackle. Big, strong fella. Just strides over. Imagine when he grows into his body. This bloke is a giant.
Yeah. I still remember the first night we called him on Fox League. It was round 11 against the Knights in 2021, and there were tears in his eyes when he scored a try on debut, and then he's already had the ups and downs of the pro footballer's life, knee reconstruction after round 14 last year. But as I say, blessed with talent. Jeremiah Nene is already an Origin and international. You got this bloke, Helam Lukey.
Not bad, 84 metres in the first half. 4 tackle busts on both sides of the field. How dangerous are they?
This is for 9 in a row for Val Holmes. On his right side, he hit the first one over this side dead straight. Here he goes. Holmes sees it to Fay, and it doesn't. All right, we're back to 0. 16 points to 6. The Cowboys a second try with the Dragons reduced to 12.
That man, Helam Lukey, Vossi, he's just a raw-boned athlete. I thought last year, before he did his knee, he was very close to making his Origin debut, and he's been a big difference to this Cowboys side. Played fantastic last week, and we just see how big and powerful and strong he is. Again, just a raw-boned athlete, and just love watching him play.
Cairns Brothers Jr. Signed to the Cowboys Academy as a 15-year-old. Helam Lukey, the talent scouts spotted him well, saw the potential in the skinny body. He's an NRL star. Has to bring it back for North Queensland. They're on top. They lead by 10. That would be painful if they were to get painful for the Dragons if they were to get a third try with Sullivan in the bin.
I just think they've really slowed down coming off their line in defence.
Oh, Lukey's away again.
The Dragons
to halfway. By the way, Robson's run for over 50 metres already out of dummy half. So Noah Brown on now on halfway, play 4. There again, Robson looks up. Cotter, Dearden, and into the line drink water. This is so good. Holmes down with it. Supporters there. Dearden, it is 3. 3 tries while the Dragons are down to 12.
Andrew, they're too quick for them. They just can't retreat and then get on their line and come off their line to make tackles. The little men are causing havoc. And how good are the Cowboys when they're in full flight? Second man play here. Dearden stays alive, back on the inside. Watch this. Holmes with great footwork. Dearden there right on the spot. Too quick for Sewer. Dearden goes over.
Well, 3 tries in a matter of minutes. The Cheer Girls have got a stitch. It's hard work. Up they go again. 3 straight to the Cowboys, and again it's come down that right side. Oh gee, that's one of the most costly sin binnings of the year, to see that many points amassed by the team with 13.
Yeah, and you've got to pay tribute to the Cowboys, but too, I mean, they have got excited. They've had bulk of the ball while that sin binning has been happening. And they've put on points. Geez, they're a quick side, good side to watch.
Yeah.
When they're going.
So tries blocked. It was the first try they got, Coalfeld in the 8th. That's when it was 13 on 13 as Holmes converts. But the tries have come. The sin binning was the 20th minute. Kuchevsky scores a minute later. Lukey scores 5 after that. And another 2 minutes on, and Dearden has one. What a costly call it has proven to be. And your arguments will just fall on deaf ears now. The damage is well and truly done. Brent on the sideline.
Yeah, Vossi, interesting. Jaden Sullivan was due to come back on, but Moses Amboy is actually going to be replacing him, so he's gone back to the bench. So that's an interesting one from Anthony Griffin.
So Hunt gets to go to halfback at 22-6. Oh dear.
Gee, it's a waste of a replacement, isn't it? You think you'd put him back after he's been in the bin for 10?
Now to Noah Brown. What is it saying? Is it saying, well, we can't fall any further than 16 behind and leave Hunt at hooker because he's the best halfback we have? So, you know, anyway, that's one for Cooper. He's the analyst at halftime. One of the best halfbacks ever. Now Granville on to Townsend. Cowboys in the sort of attacking form that they opened the season with. The first 20 minutes against Canberra, everything was slick. Granville on, Robson stays on the field. Drinkwater with it, they attack him. Good tackle, now it's the last. Mbai made the tackle, Dearden. Kicker will be Townsend, no pressure on Townsend. So they had pressure on play 4, but not on play 5. That's disappointing. And Fionney to bring it back for St George Illawarra. Inside the final 10 of the first half. Dragons have to ignore scoreboard pressure here. Get back to doing what they were doing well early. Mbai. And this time with Josh Kerr up to halfway. Big guard on the right thigh. Now Mbai doing a bit of Reece Robson for 15 metres there. Lamone and DeBellin. Back in for Kerr. Not exactly thundering upfield, but they get the advantage of the set restart. Moses Mbai. Dummy to Sloan. They're in half speed though. They're jogging along in support. Now Bird tries to liven it up. And a good tackle, Kyle Felt, leaving the winger unmarked. That was on Max Fionney.
I just think they've used plenty of petrol up defensively. They're very slow, probably humid conditions up there.
Kerr's offload was good. Hunt away. Now Couchman. Dragons. Where does Hunt want it? He wants it on the left. Another set restart. Hunt. Spin. Hunt try. Lovely moment. Try assists. Possible try. Game 300.
Come out to tackle one.
Okay.
Got a no try.
Referee
Butler
Josh
Kerr stops in the line
has
there.
Spotted
Denies the Cowboys a chance to
obstruction.
tackle.
Josh Kerr, the player, identified. So where does Josh Kerr? All he has to do is keep on going through.
The outside of Josh Kerr, who stops in the line.
Do not stop, Josh.
Reece Robson is prevented from sliding across and defending the play. We have a decision.
So you beat 2 tacklers anyway. I know to the letter of the law,
Yeah.
it won't be a try, but there's a good effort there from Hunt.
But is Hunt motioning Josh, keep going. Don't go half and then turn back. 22-6. Denied a try in the big night. And the frustration of a 16-point deficit as well. It hurts because it was a converted try for sure. Of course, they'd be down by 10. 8 to go first half. Holmes off the free kick. So Dragons have completed 10 of 13 sets. Cowboys have completed 11 of 15. But alarmingly, they have 5 line breaks already, the Cowboys, tonight. 5 line breaks. And here is Robson for Granville. They attack behind the markers again. Robson off a quick play the ball. Tanoa Brown. Very direct from North Queensland. Robson. Drinkwater. Caught there by a moan. Was a fraction high. Drinkwater to his feet. Townsend bomb. 35 metres out. Ravalawa is the target. Up he goes and ends up with a ball. In front of Taulagi. They needed that. Boy, did they need that, St George Illawarra.
You just need someone to take control of the game here. Just getting caught. Just in that middle third of the field. Pretty cumbersome here from the Dragons. No real fluency of the player. The opposition just so quick with their little men out of dummy half and putting all sorts of pressure.
Across the Bird, another robust performance here by Bird. He's covered some metres there. And St George Illawarra with the ball. When you're down by 16, you've got to have a completion rate up over 80% from here on. They just can't make errors. Got to get out of their half. They've done it this time. Sloan dropped it onto the boot. And it went straight down the throat of Drinkwater. Fullback to fullback.
Well, you're going to have some rhyme and reason why you're going to put a kick in like that. It's just kick and hope. Straight down the throat of Drinkwater.
Yeah, the little grubber, the little Alfie Langer may have been the play. All fair in hindsight, I suppose. Now Hiku with the ball. Cowboys 10 metres inside their own half. I think the fans are in a ruthless mood here. They want another one, if not two, before half-time. They were enjoying that sin bin period. So outside the bidding of Sullivan, we've got a 6-all scoreline and a quite catastrophic 10-minute period for the Dragons, where 16 points were scored by the home team. Townsend to bomb, 40 metres out. This time it's Fionnay's way on the left wing. And St George Illawarra with a ball, but another completed set, Cowboys.
Let's see if they bridge up with their defence now. It was a highlight of their defence last week against the Roosters. They were back, their first up contact. Haven't had to do a lot of defence here in the first half. Try and force the error here.
We mentioned earlier, Cowboys have won 3 straight against the Dragons. In all 3 of those games, they've scored 30 points or more. And here they are with 22 in the first half. Mbai, forward to Bellin, now for a moan. This is Bird, doesn't pass to Fionnay at first attempt, finds Matthew. You could say Bird was seeing double there. He found Matthew, not Max. Now a moan, across to Hunt. Bomb from 41 metres out, he's hit it well. This won't be easy, no one's going to touch it. Sits up on a point. Hunt flicks it over the top of his head, and why not? It's your 300th game, do as you please. Out to Ravalawa. He kicks back in field, and it comes across, and it's quite a catch by Hiku for a line dropout. Gee, perfect range from Ravalawa on his kick.
Just watching Hunt there, just grabbed the rib.
Your report.
Got a boot in the rib.
Hip drop. Hip drop.
The run of play, they've got that as a hip drop. So, feet left the ground. Trying to pull Philp down. Line drop out here. Must be very busy in the bunker, analysing every tackle these days.
I don't know what you could do there. You can't just let him go.
Now, Drinkwater, the short drop out, it worked last time. Did that go to 10? I think that, did it go to 10 or not? Oh, hang on, that may have brushed. That may have brushed Damone's leg too, that's what they're pointing at.
It's a scrub to the Dragons.
So it's just, it hit the line. Okay. And then goes towards the sideline. It's a Cowboys ball. If it's gone over the sideline from a line dropout, it's a Cowboys ball.
But they're saying that went the 10 because it hit the line.
But you find touch from a line dropout, you get the ball, and that's what happened. And the Cowboys were arguing their case, saying, sir, please.
Yeah, Drinkwater was saying it's our ball.
Well, you won't see a closer kick, will you? Not going the 10 or just making it. Is it the line? So Cowboys in possession. No luck, St George Illawarra. Halftime show coming up. And later tonight, of course, exclusive to Fox League, the Canberra Raiders against the Parramatta Eels. Canberra looking for 5 on the trot. Cowboys with the ball, 10 inside their own half. Here's Granville. Townsend will kick from inside the 40. He's got distance but not angle. Sloan will go back for it. 2.5 to go. Loping back is Tyrell Sloan. I see a little bit of David Peachy when he runs back like that, the former Great Sharks fullback. Fionnay on the run. Back over the 20. Bird. So outside their 30, but they would dearly love points before half-time and feel better about things. Kerr. It's back as far as the halfway. Mbai takes off for Hunt. Show to Couchman. Goes wide. On the bounce to Sully. There's almost a chance for a Val Holmes intercept there. He had eyes for the man, not the ball. Mbai. Last tackle. Hunt with it. Now kicks outside. It's another tough one. Swirling Phelps' way. He gets knocked over by Bird. Was that a fair challenge? Now it's not. No, the whistle is gone, and it will be for the challenge from Jack Bird. He got there a bit early.
He was never allowed the right to catch the ball or have a good grab at it. Bird's run into him. the same sort of speed as what the Cowboys have got. You really notice it here in the first half.
Well, I hope they rule like that all the time, because we have heard other times this year he only had eyes for the ball. And I can think of a Campbell Graham try at Suncorp.
Well, the difference is that every time the Dragons are in an attacking position, they pass back to go forward. You see that the Cowboys are always on the line, always players in movement.
It's a great observation, Blocker. They are moving quicker, the Cowboys, in attack than the Dragons. It's a big difference. Cotter with it, caught. Okay, 30 seconds to go, 22-6 scoreline. Dearden with the ball, on to Gachevsky. You're either thinking extra point or you're going to put up a bomb. It'll be one or the other. Robson to Dearden, then for Cotter. They've put themselves right in front of the posts, and last tackle it is. Robson knows the plan. They've put up a few statues. Back to Townsend. Now back to Holmes for the two-pointer. Big bomb from Valentine Holmes. Hello. Hail Mary.
How about that for a strike?
On halfway, as long as you're happy with the blockers. 2 points to Valentine Holmes to put a big full stop onto the first half. An 18-point margin. Bang! There he goes. Well, he's done it. He's done that in finals football. Valentine Holmes, half-time. Cowboys 24, Dragons 6.
Saints kicked the football off. Jack Bird also played well, but look, I think the Dragons have got to show a little bit more energy in attack. They look really slow and cumbersome.
Second half underway from Queensland Country Bank Stadium. Our second match on this Super Saturday, with the Raiders to play the Eels after this one. Rabbitohs kicked it off against the Tigers today. And tomorrow, good double as well. Knights and Titans, and Sharks and Sea Eagles into Sunday night with Matty John. So there's your lineup. As the Cowboys with first use of the ball in the second period. Robson now with Cotter on to Lukey, who is really back. This is great to see this young fella playing such a dominant role tonight.
You know, it's so lonely when you do a big injury like that. I think it was a knee problem for the young fella. So lonely trying to get yourself back if you're not used to those sort of injuries. It's a great comeback from him.
And Tyrell Sloan driven back there by Felt. Speaking of knee injuries, we give a shout out to Adam Dewey tonight as well. He would have been watching Super Saturday down in Melbourne in hospital. The first step of his recovery. He's still 4 months away from having the actual knee reconstruction, but he's had the first step of surgery. So Adam, all rugby league fans wish you the best on your recovery journey. Dragons with the ball, Hunts along to Ravalawa. And Dearden low down, Gachevsky over the top with Robson. And now Mbai. DeBellin. Really interesting to see what the Dragons do the rest of the game now, with Sullivan off, Hunt playing halfback. Not sure I'm a great fan of the hooker halfback shift, and certainly not if it happens more than twice in a game. Now Felder's with it.
Gee, it would be a pretty hard call if you blame him for that sim bidding. As we mentioned, he was stuck underneath, so the coach is not putting back on because of that. Pretty tough call, I'd say.
Now Hiku with it. This is where Sullivan fits back into the game now. 24-6 as Lukey goes on another run. It's his 12th of the night. He's run for over 130 metres. He's been a standout. Drinkwater, centre field for Granville. Cowboys still have Kulikefu Finaferuaki to come on. He was pretty good in the 25 minutes we saw him last week against the Roosters. Looks a real talent as well.
I reckon Todd Payton would have spoke to his team about being ruthless here. And we're talking about whether they are back. Last week and won the first half here quite comfortably, but I think I want to see him go right on with it here.
Yeah, got a bit of ground to make up to on their points differential. They were minus 54 going into this round, which is the third worst figure in the competition. Bird's been strong with some of his carries tonight. He's given some curry on the carries to Townsend. Left a few marks on his sternum, has Jack Bird. Trying his best. Oh boy, where'd that go wrong? Now it's ended up with Jaden Sewer. He hasn't got a kick. And that will be play number 5. Not quite the energy Dragons fans would have been hoping for to start the second half. Another big kick from Ben Hunt. Kyle Felt with it. Try scorer again tonight for the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's all for me to see how hungry Drinkwater and those sort of guys are. And Tom Dearden, I know he'll be an effort player right to the end, but Drinkwater at his best when he gets his hands on the ball. Everything started off him in the first half. Let's see how hungry he is to get the ball now.
Holmes, another carry. That's his 10th of the night. Drinkwater with a couple of tackle busts, a few offloads, 3 line break assists and a try assist tonight. The dangerous Scott Drinkwater. We've got a penalty here to the Cowboys. Jaden Sewer pulled up.
Yeah, I think it was a tackle over the top there. Jack DeBellin underneath, Sewer over the top. Jack DeBellin's defence, gee, cuts blokes in half. Just a little bit of high contact there from Sewer.
He made 51 tackles last week against the Tigers. He's sitting on 27 tonight. But this is a big set again. I mean, the game just can't get away from the Dragons. They've got to stay in the fight. They have to score first the second half. It's the Cowboys with a full set inside the 30 of the Dragons, or potential full set. Robson off the Tonoa Brown play the ball. Townsend, then Ruben Cotter. They call him the Magic Man up here. He's got 4 career tries. He's now got 2 at Magic Round. So 50% of his tries scored in Magic weekends. Granville, I know it's working off a small base, but a stat's a stat. Now Robson goes left. Tonoa Brown straight through, but can't stretch out.
What a tackle. One-on-one on a big man.
Moses Mbai it was, blocker. Got Tonoa Brown onto his back. A slow play the ball, dribbling ball for Drinkwater to Dearden. He's got it to the end goal, and Sloan just takes it, more or less shovels it dead.
Should be worth watching again, that tackle on the goal line. Look at this, stops him one-on-one. Great tackle.
That hurts. That is a heavy contact with the ground. He's only got the one try in his career. Oh, hello, we've got a Falcon. Off the back of the Melon Penahiku. Off a line dropout. That could be a first. Off the back of your head, back to the kickers of the ball. That's a bit embarrassing, I would think. We'll have to judge this one. We'll have to go to the replay box, I reckon. Punters, hold on your tickets on the Falcon. No, it's off the back. Oh, it's a party pooper. No, forget that. Hiku, that is a major disappointment. Now Mbai. Dragons with the ball. DeBellin, nice footwork, gets the Dragons inside the Cowboys half. Signs of life in this set. Now Mbai on to Murdoch-Masila and Sewer. 25 away, last tackle, and oh no.
It's a defender. Lock on.
He's got the ball on into the defender there. Priscilla just on the field too. Just the catch and pass. Look at the size of him. I think that he'd be coming on running. Yeah. Run the ball at the line, son.
The other former international forward, I mean, Josh Kerr came on tonight, and I know he's got the big guard on the thigh, but he wasn't exactly exploding onto the ball. And then Murdoch-Masila takes his first hit up. And the same observation. Not exactly, you know, inspiring running.
Well, you've got to want contact. If you're a big bloke like that, try and take the opposition on, especially when you're down like this.
No surprise here, Block. Tonoa Brown off the field after his head slammed into the turf in going close to scoring that try. Here it was again. And look away if you don't want to feel the pain.
Oh.
Bam. It's a tough game, Block. It's a tough game. But that was whiplash.
He did well to get himself back up and into the play.
One-time hip-hop artist Young Maney. Jermaine Tonoa Brown went by the name of Young Maney, Blocker. You're not up with the hip-hop? He was a hip-hop artist. Young Maney, surely you've heard of him. Granville, Dearden, Drinkwater, slick hands, Holmes loses it. And the Cowboys get it wrong. This game's spluttering through the last few minutes. Holmes has now got an issue. More than just winded, is it? Watch the contact. Okay, we'll monitor that one as well. Dragons with it. Going to bring Tate the moment. He's now going to monitor Valentine Holmes as well. We'll just see how this set plays out. Murdoch Wasilla with it for St George Illawarra. Outside the 30, they are still in it at 18, the difference. Mbai, DeBellin, Hunts, then cut it. Oh, no, Surely well. The two teams at the moment, I said it before, the Venus de Milo hands have suddenly appeared, and
it just seems like the ball's got to be put on his chest all the time there. Surely just a bit wayward with the pass. Really should have been good enough playing first grade to take that. He's had an uncomfortable afternoon so far.
Well, 9 minutes since half-time, it's like, well, the Dragons didn't come out absolutely bouncing around, and it's almost like the Cowboys have gone back to that level. We'll see if they can change this set. Gachevsky now knocked off his feet. He's a little fired up, Jaden Sewer, after the drop ball. He's now got a problem, clutching at his right wrist. Dearden with the ball for North Queensland. Sewer still in trouble here for St George Illawarra. Cowboys 20 away, Townsend to bomb from that point. Across the face of the posts. And that was easy for Bird. Now Amon is in pain. He's gone down. He's sliding his way out of trouble. Is it just cramp or more than that? It's more than cramp. That was an interesting one.
He might have twisted his ankle here. Just a little bit soft underfoot, the ground, starting to cut up.
Trainer's given the thumbs up for the moment. He'll try and run it out. Ravalawa now slow to his feet. Well, the trainers are just going to have to stay out there. There's the magic sponge blocker. Dragons with the ball on their 30-metre line. Mbai. There for Hunt. He passes quick. Moan on one leg. Put down by Fiona. Felt comes up with a ball. And another error.
It's been a comedy of errors to start the second half from both sides. Just get the feeling if the Cowboys can get another try, they'll really go on with it.
Fans wanting the Cowboys to get a little ruthless here. DeBellin earns a breather for St George Illawarra. Played by Dunn, Mitchell Dunn on. Dearden turns Holmes underneath. So he's okay after that little rib issue. 20 metres away from the Dragons line. Robson, Drinkwater, switch to Holmes. Holmes across, now Dunn. He's got a bit of skill about him, Mitchell Dunn. 12 from the line. Robson, Townsend, Dragons retreating. Lukey's got another. The Dragons have come up with a tackle on fresh air. They barely got a touch on Lukey there. And this young fella is having a real Saturday night on the town.
Well, I don't think he believes his luck when he got the ball there in open space again. Just done for numbers here, the Dragons. Flying in to make the tackle. Lukey just busts out of that attempt to tackle, just threw an arm out. Fione, I think it was. Yeah, it was, just threw an arm out. We'll try and get your shoulder in and behind there. Blokes are that strong now, especially this young fella. You've got the ability to just break through those sort of tackles. Look at that.
Oh, boy. Doesn't get any better, does it?
Good for this young fella, but Lukey, what a return.
So he jumps from 7 to 9 career tries now, Helam Lukey. And rather ironic that he's putting in this great performance. It was a nightmare for him round 14 against the Dragons last year with a serious knee injury. He returned in round 3 this year, and now in his 5th game for the season. He ain't going anywhere but the top 17 for the Cowboys for the rest of the year.
If they could get him the ball, it'll be some sort of game. A couple of tries and he'll run for over 200 metres.
And over to Holmes. This for a 24-point lead. Cowboys one step closer to back-to-back wins. Holmes successful. Just the one miss tonight. He's also had the 2-point field goal. Brent Tate, finally we get to you. The Cowboys on top.
Yeah, they certainly are. And this young man, Helam Lukey, having a night out, as you mentioned. That was really good play. We've seen him just raw bone power, but that play there in the second try just pulled out, got out the back of some shape and scored a really good try. Just watching the Dragons here in their body language, Vossi, after that error. A lot of hands on hips, a lot of looking around at one another. They're only a young team, but they're in real trouble of this blowing out and getting really ugly tonight.
Yeah, well, you're watching them close up from ground level. I'm a little disappointed with the energy level since half time, with everything on the line again. Miss. It was Couchman running through. He just flashed past us. Now the Cowboys with the ball, 10 away from their own line. Gachevsky, not for the first time tonight, had a little juggle. 13 minutes into the second half. Clean on this run.
Yeah, I thought it was a strange replacement in DeBellin. I know he's playing in the front row, but he was their best defender in the middle. At least he was chopping blokes in half. He might have needed a little bit of breathing, but they needed to get him back out there to try and stem the flow here at the moment.
Clean to no one. On the bounce, which Drinkwater Townsend, they kicked before the last. It's a pretty good kick in the finish. Sloan had to put the skates on. Linking up with Fiona. Well, they need something special now. The Dragons, and a penalty will get them started to get up inside the Cowboys half. But they've completed only 2 sets in the first 14 minutes of the second half.
Well, that was the blow up last week, wasn't it? They were doing too many silly things with the ball and not completing. The Dragons had a pinch. They could have won that game last week.
We've got the Cowboys running for 500 more metres than the Dragons tonight. Line break count is 6-2 now. Ramone with the ball. Out wider for Hunt, then Sully beats Taulungi at first attempt. No damage done. Sully on halfway. Now for Sloan. Laurie. I know we'll keep harping back to Anzac Day, but they need Tyrell Sloan to find whatever he had that day against the Roosters. He was in every attack.
It was Ramone too that day.
Yeah.
Both of them sparked the Dragons' comeback there.
They are still relative rookies, but they need to take this game by the scruff of the neck here to give their team any sort of hope of a comeback. Hunts, show, goes to a moan, goes short in the turn to Bird. They are 21 from the line. That's 4 tackles up St George Illawarra. Mbai now. Centre ground for Murdoch-Wasilla. Hunt kicks before the last. Sewer is the chaser. Drinkwater lost it. Sewer, I don't know. He's barely celebrating. And it is locked in by referee Butler. Jaden Sewer will claim it. We might just have to tick off on it with the bunker.
And that's a try assist again there to Hunt. 2-pass runner, the grubber kick in and behind. He's trying to scoop the ball up there. Oh, that's a try. He gets enough downward pressure, doesn't he? Townsend, Drinkwater should have done a little bit better there. Just tried to scoop the ball up on the run.
Yes, it'll need the complete freeze.
I think he's got enough downward pressure there. 2 hands on the ball.
Good turn away. He never had balance, did he? Drinkwater not coming straight at the ball. So the left hand goes off the ball and then onto the right. That's sometimes causes confusion.
Enough to take it away.
Enough, of course, yes. At 30 points to 10 now, Jaden Sewer absolutely zero celebration, and that's more a reflection of the scoreboard. There's still a lot of work to do, but the fact is there is still time. I mean, 30 points to 12 becomes 30 to 18. Who's not going to back themselves with 20 to go if you're 2 converted tries down?
Well, they're hoping that the Cowboys have a little bit of a lapse there now. They can get the ball and get the confidence out of scoring that try.
This is a worry. This is a worry. Jack Bird, kicker with Sullivan off the field. Jack.
Shell and peas.
Okay. You're back
Come on,
here.
Jack.
58% career record. Had just the one shot at Magic Round. Magically it disappeared. 30 points to 10. Good luck, Jack. His shot. Yes, Jack. Yes,
Yeah.
Jack. Never in doubt. Shelling peas. 30 points to 12. Is it the start of the comeback? 23 minutes to go.
Well, all you want to see now is a wholehearted effort from the Dragons. Try and do things at pace. Got that try to start it now. Let's see what they can come up with.
And Blocky, you know what's just around the corner, the emotional roller coaster of Australia's greatest rivalry. See the best of the best come together. Battle for men's and women's State of Origin glory. Game winner the men's series kicks off in Adelaide May 31. The women's series begins in Sydney on June 1. And you can secure your tickets today at nrl.com/tickets. State of Origin. Players vying for selection tomorrow. Tom Trebojevic, big day for Manly against Cronulla. You'll see it here on Fox League.
If he can come away with a couple of big performances, why wouldn't you pick him?
And I think they'd like to see the big performances. Mbai on to Couchman. Couchman outside the 30, but no, that's our double tomorrow. Newcastle at home to the Titans. Newcastle coming off the bye. And then Manly at 4 Pines Park against the Sharks. And still to come tonight, Raiders and Eels in Canberra, exclusive to Fox League. Laurie on the run. Dragons need to back up the Sewer try now. Last tackle, Mbai. For Murdoch Wasilla and Hunt under pressure. Sloan sweeps in, then Surley puts it down.
Still been able to mount any sort of pressure. Every time they look like they're going to get on a little bit of a roll. And there it comes. And after points, you've got to complete, get to your kick.
Been a bit all over the place, the game tonight of Moses Suli, both in defence and attack.
Valentine Holmes has put pressure on him, hasn't really let him get wound up when he's got the ball. And they've given him a little bit of a bath when they've had the ball, the Cowboys, with their footwork, aiming at him.
He's had 9 runs, he's had 2 handling errors, and then defensively 3 missed tackles as well. So as I say, real mixed bag for Moses Suli. They need everyone on point, the Dragons. All dummy half would have been handy.
You can't challenge it.
And Robson penalised, diving in at the ruck. Okay, so they go on the attack inside the Cowboys half. You've got to crawl before you can walk, before you can jog, before you can run full tilt.
I think it was a steal there from Mbai. The Cowboys had the footy there.
So I've got them at the walking stage at the moment. They're not quite in the jog mode, but if they get to 30 to 18, then they're jogging in the context of the match. Dragons 25 away from the line. Hunt to Amon. There for Bird. Spinning back in field. Caught by Robson. Robson goes the strip. Got the strip. Then the ball is loose.
Knock on first, Reece.
Knock on against Reece first for pulling the ball away.
My decision is that it's a one-on-one.
Referee Butler.
He didn't break it. He's lost. Let's lose carry.
Okay.
They're going to challenge it.
We've got a captain's challenge. The on-field ruling is a one-on-one strip Cowboys that goes forward for a knock-on and then a knock-on Dragon second.
Bird just explaining to his teammates what happened, which is
There's one person in the tackle.
The decision.
It's a one strip by Reece Robinson. We're just making sure it is a knock-on prior to it.
Does he strip it cleanly out? Bird keeps possession here. I don't think there is a knock on there.
It's a one-on-one strip by Reece Robinson. He knocks the ball forward. The challenge by the Cowboys is unsuccessful.
Yeah. Matt Noyen in the bunker.
Contact's clear on Junior.
With the 38 screen, so he saw something you didn't block.
Guys, middle.
So Dragons, look, again, 20 and a half to go, 18 the difference.
Well, they need a couple of calls to go their way. Are they good enough to score, but?
Their clock has more minutes than points required. There's always a reason for hope, and that's where it is at the moment. 20 metres out, chance to put something on straight from the scrum, and you'd reckon that would have to involve Sloan, who was on the right side. They will come that way. He gets it relatively flat-footed and then just dumps it off for Sully. Not all that adventurous. 11 metres away from the line. In by to Laurie. Changes direction. Granville has him low down. Now they're only 5 away, the Dragons. Quarter of the game still to go. Set restarts St George Illawarra. Hunt to DeBellin. Onto his back. And a try tonight in the first half, Ben Hunt, in the big milestone game. Murdoch-Masilla. Half a metre from the line. Mbai, right on, 20 minutes to go. Going backwards, Laurie. He knows what a try looks like these days. He goes close there. Mbai, deep, Amon. Then for Bird. Cut down in the tackle. Great stuff there. That was Feruaki with a tackle. Amon and Hunt. Knocked down maybe Gachevsky, then Sully. Well, they'll have to challenge this.
When you got contact with their rule, then you have to.
Yeah, the ball went forward out of his hands there, Hunt. They're going to challenge.
Matty.
Ben wasted no time.
Got up off their line that time, the Cowboys.
Rulings a knock on from the Dragons.
Alrighty, back up to the bunker we go. Double pump, double pump.
Just looking at all available angles at this stage to see when Ben Hunt attempts to pass the ball.
It's a knock on.
I'm not conceding yet, Stephen. Probably neither of those angles is a great help at this point. We've got to determine whether he's in the motion of passing backwards or does he lose control of the ball.
There's no touch by
He's lost control of
the Cowboys.
I reckon Matt Noyen just looked down at Jack's surname and said, I'll just call him a Cowboys player. He didn't have a go. Here we go again.
There's no touch by the Cowboys. The ball goes backwards and is regathered by the Dragons. The whistle is then blown by the referee. The challenge by the Dragons is successful.
There you go. They're on a roll, the Dragons.
Gee, you don't reckon that's a loose carry?
We're going to replay the previous play of the ball.
30 points to 12, 19 and a half to go.
Got a couple of good calls in the last few minutes now, the Dragons. Just a couple of minutes ago, they're good enough to capitalise. It hasn't happened so far.
How about a Ben Hunt try, game 300. Disallowed first half, it'll be a lovely touch. He's had the try assist for both their 4-pointers tonight. So they have to go back to the previous play, so you have to go the same again. Bird has to be the man to play it. Bird saying, were you marking me? Did I play it? I can't remember. Now it goes to Amon. Amon goes across to Hunt. Hunt kept it alive. Sewer coming back infield. Tries a fend on Robson. Now almost had the right arm free. 30 points to 12. Last tackle in by Hunt. That was a good service. Then the ball for Bird. And that's where he's going to be tackled. Well, that is as anticlimactic it gets for a team down by 18.
Yeah, it wasn't the sort of pass there onto Hunt. He had to reach behind him to catch the ball. That allowed the Cowboys to get up in the face of Bird and pour in the set there.
Something required. Tatey on the sideline.
Yeah, I just wonder if Coach Anthony Griffin wants to bring on Jaden Sullivan and put Ben Hunt back to hooker. They obviously need some points here, the Dragons, with 18 minutes to go. Well, I think I'd be looking at making that change.
Yeah, good shout, Brent. I think if this is Formula One, you'd be questioning the pit stop strategy right now.
Well, he got hooked a long, long time ago, didn't he? Well, he hasn't even got the opportunity to get back on it. I don't even think the sin bitting was his fault.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, it's quite a situation. He's your first choice halfback today.
Scores 2 tries last week.
And he goes off the field in the 20th minute and doesn't return. It's amazing. Ball goes over the sideline. It did bounce short of the sideline. Townsend just held his breath for a moment. 30 points to 12, 18 to go. Parramatta travelling to Canberra tonight, exclusive to Fox League. Raiders and Eels still to come on this Super Saturday. And no one does it better than Fox League, the post-match show tonight. We'll have every angle covered from another Super Saturday. So Fionney with the ball for St George Illawarra. And they got a long-range try in. Now, it's more points required than minutes remaining. Inbound for Ravalawa. You'd like to think if they got close to the line, they could work something for his side of the field. With Charlie Ravalawa.
It's only the one try to the North Queensland Cowboys in the second half, as it is.
Across. Well, if you break it down, it's 2 tries all when it's been 13 on 13 in the match. The other 3 all came while Sullivan was in the sin bin. Switch of play. Amones with the ball. Now able to pass. They put it down again, the Dragons. Bird and Fine got in each other's way there. Poor Anthony Griffin. He'd like a better completion rate than the Dragons are throwing up at the moment. They needed to be, as we said earlier, high 80% when you're trying to chase down points. Instead, they're 64% in the second half. Just not good enough. Townsend and Hess. Good contest there with Sewer. 3 tackles down here for the Cowboys, leading by 18. Well, Laurie claims Hess went off the mark. Drinkwater makes the most of it.
He's got to play the whistle there, Laurie. Again, turn his back on the play the ball.
Dearden with it. Cowboys looking dangerous. Townsend poked to the in goal. It's too strong. In fact, he gets it way wrong there, Townsend. It just kept rolling and rolling.
He got a favoured bounce that time, the Dragons. They'll try and get on with play pretty quickly here. 7 tackle set.
Go through the middle, Barney. Go through the middle.
So 0 tackle that one. So Dragons on 1. Back to the 40. 15 and a half to go. Mbai, Laurie. The statsmen are hoping they get back to single digits the difference. I think the statsmen want them to score the same number of tries this run of the Dragons, where they are not outscored in terms of the number of tries, yet don't win. Amone passing to Bird, and Bird takes on all comers there in that tackle, and still able to get the quick play the ball away. Laurie for Hunt, right up to the line. Ben Hunt through to himself, got it back to Sloan, who loses the ball. Bizarre play. The Cowboys have it with Dearden. Hunt got away with a little bit of luck, but Sloan couldn't convert it.
It's good to see when he gets himself involved in the game there, Sloan. Explosive speed.
I don't know if that's allowed.
You throw the ball over the top.
That's what I'm saying. He did it. I know he didn't mean to do it, but then you watch it back like that, you say, well, that's not allowed. You can't throw the ball forward and regather the ball yourself. Jack Gajewski with it. Outside the 300-metre line, also known as the 30-metre line, honouring the milestone of Ben tonight. The Cowboys go back to work in this set. Don't know what to make of their second half at 30 points to 12. Robson for Drinkwater. A chance to run. No pressure on him. Holmes, Taulagi, forward ball to Dearden.
Have a look at all the players around the ball there for the Cowboys. Just the execution a little bit off. The pass back in the inside. And just have a look at them around. Look at them rushing up. Yeah, that's forward. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players around the ball. That would have been a try for your life.
Take your pick. Who gets it? At 4 aces there. 30 points to 12. 13 and a half to go.
Just rusted a little bit there. Taulagi. Take a few more steps upfield there. He's in the clear.
Dragons fans still living with a glimmer here. Score next, get it back to 12 the difference, but finding another try is proving difficult. Cowboys haven't run out of sight in the second half, just leaving the door slightly ajar. Now Murdoch-Masila. Well, we can only say it again. It's a storyline of the game. Absolutely staggered that Sullivan has no role to play with 13 to go. Arguably most attacking surprise force last week against the Tigers. It's a bizarre situation. Mbai to DeBellin to Hunt as they go right. Hunt has turned them around, got the pass. Ravalawa has to back himself. He's 10 away from the line. Taulagi stood in front of him. Not easy to stop. Sully now. And Sloan to centre ground for Laurie. You almost go back to Ravalawa. You go back the right. Mbai, they're going to go left. Amon with it on the last. The kick looked too strong. It's into the fence. Bloke with a bucket hat and Zinkel over his face catches it.
The ground must be pretty hard there. We've seen a lot of bounces in the in-goal area, just roll straight away, dead in goal. And Sullivan, with just a shot of him just sitting on the sideline, twiddling his thumbs. What's doing?
They're down by 18. I mean, it needs something out of the box. Cowboys with the ball 40 metres away from the Dragons line. Ball rolled out the back.
I might have forgotten he's down there.
He needs to text his coach then, doesn't he? Let's pull a phone out of his sock.
Just stand up and go, hey, what about me?
Townsend to Dearden. Gachevsky. It's lost by Holmes. Ravalawa with the ball. Now there's a chase. Drinkwater. Ravalawa. Big McKaylee puts a fend on. The big fella goes all the way for St George Illawarra. He was like an amusement ride for the last 30 metres. Hop on, put 20 cents in the slot and have fun.
Yeah, is that the style of tackle that Drinkwater really had to make there? Try to take him ball and all. We know how strong he is. Maybe he should have dived around the hips and then slid down. Tries to take him high, just pushes away. Get out of my way, son. I'm on my way to the try line.
Well, this will look good from head on. What would you grab? What would you try and grab here? He gets a fend in the sternum, then he misses one of those big tree trunks. And Ravalawa scores a try, another one.
You don't know how big and powerful he is, where you would try and tackle him there. Dive at his hips and slide down, I suppose. Too strong to tackle up top. Look at that power. Just pushes away.
49 career tries now for Michaeli Ravalawa. 10 minutes to go. Okay. 10 to go. So here's another thing. With Sullivan off the field, you're relying on Jack Bird as your first choice kicker. Sullivan's probably the best kicker they have at their disposal. So you're putting pressure on Jack. 62% career record. I stand with Jack here, mind you.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Hashtag I stand with Jack. But it's pressure.
No, he eats it up.
All right. Jack Bird to get it back to 12 the difference. Bird's kick. Oh, no. I don't stand with Jack. I've jumped off the rickshaw.
Yeah, Jack,
I'm not there with him.
Jack, you're brushed.
30 points to 16. 9 minutes 47 on the clock. Next up from Canberra, exclusive to Fox League, the mighty Raiders. The Green Machine going for 5 in a row against the Parramatta Eels, who are struggling to stay in touch now with the likes of the Rabbitohs, who have raced to the top of the table. Brent Tate, do you care to declare it for the Cowboys? I reckon the Dragons have got at least one more in them. Can they get 2 or more?
Yeah, well, it's an interesting one, Vossi. I don't think Todd Payten would be really happy with his team. He wanted them to be ruthless at half-time, but their second-half performance has been scrappy at best, and it's not a great performance by the Cowboys in this second half.
Well, so again, 13 on 13. I'm just trying to factor in the 2-point field goal. What is it, 16-12 when it's been 13 on 13 tonight? Dragons with the ball. Hunt goes across to Sewer. He's over the 40-metre line. They need another one in quick time, though. Sloan and Hunts across, goes wider, put down. Hello, Caulfield scoops up the ball. Forget about the maths. Caulfield kicks the ball up into the top deck. Oh, the Dragons handling lets them down.
Yeah, just as it looked like they were going to get the overlap, Felt put all the pressure on there. Coming up and in. Just the execution again here from the Dragons. There's the ball. Bird's the man that puts it down. He's probably been the Saints' best player, but comes away with the error there. Felt can't believe it. Slams the footy down. kicks it in the crowd. Some sort of souvenir that'd be.
He took time with his kick too, didn't he? He was almost looking, he knew where he was trying to kick it to.
He might have known someone up there in the crowd there.
He's got a double, Kyle Felt, tonight. There he goes. Look up. Bang. 34-16. Now 9 behind Matty Bowen. And then it's daylight to third to Ty Williams.
Do you ever forget Matty Bowen, how explosive he was as a player?
So good.
Never forget him.
So good. From the first time we saw him as a schoolboy player, playing for Abergowrie College, ANZ Stadium in Brisbane. We'd been tipped off about a kid. At his first touch, bang, chip, step, try.
Yeah.
It was sensational. And he did it at all levels, Matty Bowen. Over to Val Holmes. So the margin blows out. There's not going to be any single-digit difference tonight with the Dragons based on this. But still, you know, there's loads of room for improvement with the Cowboys, but winning sure beats losing as they zero in on back-to-back wins for the first time this year, and they play the Tigers next Saturday at Leichhardt Oval, exclusive to Fox League.
It would have been a tough game last week against the Roosters. They would have steeled themselves for a huge defensive effort to get them back in premiership contention. There would have been a few bruised bodies after that.
So Hunt, short kick-off time, broken the plane, and there he is, man of the moment. Kyle Felt with the ball. By the way, you talk about your desperate games. What about next Friday night? Our 6 o'clock, oh hello, there's another drop ball, Ruben Cotter. The 6 o'clock game exclusive to Fox League, Dragons and Roosters at Cogra. Desperation stakes. Given, and that's not because of their position on the ladder, the Roosters, but on form. They've got some serious troubles.
Well, they've got arguably best 3 or 4 players in the competition, haven't they? The Roosters. Just haven't fired lately.
So that'll be Friday night on Fox League. 36-16. Suddenly we're struggling to get a scrum formed. So Dragons with a line to the right. And Hunt with it. So they haven't exactly lifted for Ben's 300th.
They started well.
They did. Now to Bellum. I do wonder what the NRL will say about the sin binning come Monday in the review. The Bellum wanted a quick play the ball.
You got the ball, play it. Go back.
Now we go back and play it. But if he was wanting a quick play the ball, it's now a minute later when he does play it. Now Mby's with the ball, 25 away from the line. Hello, it'll be 90 seconds on. Well, what is going on out there, Stephen?
Well, mate, if you move off the mark, it pains me, this rule. Walking blokes back to play the ball. If you move off the mark, penalise them. Honestly, it just puts a full stop to the game.
So we start again. Our third attempt on that play. Dragons a moan, then Bird. I know you give time. Talatau, mate. Look, I can only now believe that Sullivan. something's happened there. Murdoch Wasilla with the ball. He's 5 from the line. They have scored 3 tries. Moses Mby, a moan to Hunt. Goes to Sully, straight and hard. Good shot. Gachevsky, Dearden, Holmes, Robson. Cowboys wall on their line. Last tackle. Hunt will kick across field. Looking for another try assist. It's there. It bounced off Bird. And Felt is with it. Felt the professional catcher. Now Hiku. So Cowboys repelling another challenge from the Dragons. 1 set closer to another 2 competition points. And over the past fortnight, they've lifted themselves clear of the bottom of the ladder. If they had have lost at Magic Round, they would have been sitting last. And so now back-to-back wins. And suddenly they might only be a couple of points out of the 8. Cowboys now with Taulangi. Got to remember, Cowboys without the likes of Taumalolo and Nene and Griffin Neame, among others, as Townsend kicks from inside the 40. Spiralling kick fielded by Sloan. We'll check his numbers as he brings the ball back He's had only 7 runs. That's not enough. Then the pass. Oh, no. Oh, no. Cowboys. Holmes with a ball. Sloan. No, he bounces the ball. No try, Holmes. I say they've played advantage.
He's done well to make up for the error there, Sloan. Had to turn around and chase. Looked like he's in for all money then.
I believe when Tom takes possession of the ball, he's in a downtown position, gone past to play the ball from the kick, and then he takes possession of the ball.
Okay. So they've got a stack to look at here. So they're trying to locate Tom Dearden, and he's just on the left of the
ball is
ruck.
played 39 metres out. Yeah, at the point that the ball is kicked, Tom Dearden is downtown. We're playing on this stage and we'll follow him through.
What we do know, it won't be a try. Holmes bounced the ball. And 4.5 minutes to go. I was mentioning Sloan blocker, 8 runs of the football.
Tom Dearden makes the tackle and influences play when the ball is lost. He's in a downtown position and cannot participate in the play. We have a decision.
If Sloan runs 10 metres, does that put him on side?
He's in a downtown
Downtown offside, yeah, okay. Well, everyone who passes the ball back to kick downtown's offside.
But I do say, Tyrell Sloan, just back on that point, block, are you seeing enough? Everyone needs time, quite obviously, but now the Dragons are running out of time. With young players in key positions, Sloan at fullback, Amon at 5'8", do you go the journey, or what else do you do?
Time's on.
Well, if you're mentally strong, you get yourself involved in the game. You know, it probably hasn't been his best game. We know what ability he's got. There's no doubt about that. It's just a mental thing to get yourself up to be involved in the play all the time. You have a look at all the good fullbacks now. The carries and the amount of time that they get involved in the game. It probably just hasn't got that yet.
No, Latrell Mitchell's the exception to the rule, but his touches are enormous in games. But Sloan just has to find has to capture Anzac Day form every week. Now Mbai with the ball for the Dragons. 4 minutes to go, 36-16. Raiders and Eels not too far away here on Foxley. Hunt with it. Still would like Ben to get a try tonight, and I don't even think the Cowboys fans would deny him that moment. Mbai for Murdoch-Masila. Just walks it up into the defensive line on the last tackle. Dragons with Mbai for Hunt. They're going to run it this time. Sloan out to Sully, and I don't know whether that was a drop ball or a kick, but it doesn't really matter. The Cowboys come back with the ball. And then Holmes, did he lose it at the finish?
Ball plant, you lose it. Rolls under your hand.
There we go. Ball plant, leaves your hand. No challenges left. Dragons will have possession. What was happening here was Sully. Is it a kick? No, it's a drop. Said it earlier, been a mixed night for Moses Sully. In the end, he's had 13 carries of the footy.
Oh, there's no doubt about it when he carries the ball and when you're on the attack, but defensively, how many missed tackles has he got?
He's had 3 missed tackles and 3 drop balls now, Moses Sully. So Amon dropping that one off. And it will be Molo to play it. Can they finish with a try? At least, that pass from Hunt was questionable. It was in slow motion to Sewer. Yes, if they were able to score, they could say, well, while it was 13-on-13, we outpointed our opponents. At least that would be something to hang your hat on from the game. 15 away. Moses, Mbai to DeBellin. But nothing explosive here. 5 from the line. Mbai, left side. Amon. Again, some of the passing from Moses Mbai. They're not able to run onto the ball. I know we're analysing them, but there's a lot to work on here. Sloan with it. Again to Hunt. He goes wider. Sully with it this time. Sully wrestles his way free. The mixed night continues. This is in the plus column. And the Dragons score their 4th try.
Well, we know how good he can be. Moses Sully, when he's got the ball, look, he's shaking the head. He knows he's had Pretty tough time here this evening. But here's the ability of the bloke to break tackles. Dearden, who's done a good job on him for most of the night, can't hang on. Shows great strength to score, but he's got to get those errors out of his game and defensively not get beaten with footwork. But he gets one back.
Yes, Val beaten there, Valentine Holmes. And Sully has his first try for the year, by the way. That was a 10-game drought for him. So 36 plays 20. They're not going to score the same number of tries as their opponent tonight. But again, I make the point. While the player was in the sin bin, we had the 3 tries. And outside of that, the Dragons have outpointed their opponent. So it's something.
Yeah, but you just wonder whether the Cowboys have just dropped off. What was it? 24-6 at half-time.
Yep. 24-6 it was, and now it's 14 the difference, 36-22. But even this attack, I mean, I know they get a try at the finish of it, but it wasn't loads of authority on show about they were certain where they were headed. Sully gets the try. Just one more to make it, yeah, a little uncomfortable for the Cowboys. As Brent Tate said earlier, I don't think Todd Payton will be all that pleased with the way things have unfolded here. He wants them back to their best form.
What have the Cowboys got next week?
Cowboys are next week taking on the Tigers at Leichhardt Oval, the 5:30 game on Saturday, so same time slot, but well south of here. So Dragons with a ball inside the final minute. Cowboys mightn't get another touch of it. 36-22. Fionney and then Jack Bird. He's done a bit of this tonight. A lot of contact engagement. Mbai for de Belin, for Hunts. They're lined up. Sloan, Sully, he's lost the ball. Dearden picks it up. Have I said that it's been a mixed night for Moses Sully? Talk about your rocks or diamonds. He's got one bag of diamonds. He's got one big, massive bag of rocks.
Oh, what a finish there from Dearden. What a competitor. Always at it. Plays right to the last whistle. Again here, we see out the back. Double pump. That pass should have been swallowed by Sully. Dearden scoops it up. Sloan can't make the tackle. Dearden, what a competitor.
And they hit 40 as a result. Two tries directly from drop balls in the second half. Dearden sprints away for that 4-pointer. Anthony Griffin. It's been tough. I hope he's still on deck next week when they take on the Roosters on Friday night, but his team haven't made it any easier for him with mistakes like that. 40 points to 22.
Well, it's been the story of the whole evening for them, hasn't it? The St George side.
Over to Holmes. The crowd are going to walk back into town happy. It's a brilliant stadium here. Holmes with a kick. Right down the middle. There's your full-time scoreline. Cowboys have the last play of the game. The ball boy gets a high five. Ben Hunt's milestone night ends in defeat. He tried his heart out, but in the end it's a 20-point loss for the Red and Whites. Full time, the North Queensland Cowboys 42, the St George Illawarra Dragons 22.